If you're watching this video, you're probably aware of everything that has come forth about Mizkif. Similar to what Tectone had said in his video, I'm not here to deliver an I told you so moment, but I do want to say that this guy has been outed for some really shady shit before. Back in late 2022, he and a few of his roommates in their streamer house were accused of covering up sexual assault. Mizkif and his roommates from OTK inevitably kicked that member out when damning evidence against him came out. And that's what begged the question. Did he know that his friend Crazy Slick was committing sexual crimes behind the scenes? Well, now that we know what kind of person he is and what kind of person he has been for the past 3 years, I think it's safe to say that this is an example of how we made the wrong person famous. Now, I had discovered Mizkif only after he had already blown up, which was in early 2022. I had no idea as to what this guy was all about. I just saw an IRL streamer doing challenges and fun activities with other large streamers. But behind the scenes, there was a more cynical, more rageful man-child that became almost consumed by jealousy for his streamer friend, Imaru. I hope I'm saying that right. This only became more obvious as old stream clips started surfacing showing these crashouts on camera. Imaru publicly accused Mizkif of assault, stalking, emotional abuse, and threats of blackmail during and after their relationship. She claimed he made an unwanted sexual advance while she was vulnerable and that he had been trying to contact people around her, threatening to, in quotations, destroy her career if she ever spoke out. And these damning clips of him overreacting start to make a case against him here. I'm not here to show you those clips because they are readily available, but rather to give you my insight into the mind of somebody like Mizkif. Another large IRL/commentary streamer named Tectone talked about this situation in a way that I found intriguing. Rather than directly talking about Mizkif's degenerative behavior, he addressed the situation in a more broad spectrum. Mizkif is not the only streamer/influencer acting in this sort of way. I believe that this is a more deep-rooted issue in the whole content creation space. You see, once you make it big with viewership, it can be difficult to keep your viewers watching. Why? Because this space is ever changing. What was popular yesterday can become irrelevant tomorrow. I mean, just think about how we consume content on the internet now versus the early 2000s. In the early 2000s, content was not spoon-fed to you like it is now. You had to actually use critical thinking to look up something that you were curious about. YouTube did have recommended videos in its infancy, but most of the content was experimental. Very few people had a consistent formula that made them popular then. Now, we have multiple styles of content. We have brand deals, trends, and especially drama. Content is delivered to you like mail based on things you watch. And this thing we call an algorithm adapts to what you like very quickly. That's kind of my point here. This is all a numbers game. Hell, do you think I'd be talking about this drama in the first place if I didn't already know this topic is numbers driven at this very moment? At the same time, I'm passionate about this topic. I think that there are certain people that are really good at this numbers game. Mizkif happened to be good at it, but at the cost of his career. In the past several years, have we not seen how close Twitch streamer communities are closely resembling Hollywood? It's the Hollywoodification of streaming that has ultimately caused these people to compare themselves to others who have higher numbers. Like Tectone said, if we focus solely on Mizkif, sure, we can run him off the platform and cancel his career, but I don't believe this is the end. This is a never-ending problem that will continue to rise so long as places like Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube exist. Because in order for these companies to exist, they need results. They are aggressively a result-based platform based on viewership and engagement. If they don't have viewer engagement, they have no money. So While Mizkif had everything going for him and definitely threw it all away himself, it's important to remember that he won't be the last person we see become consumed by the content creation space. Someone will replace him. If not now, then tomorrow. Somebody will replicate his style and people will latch onto it. And to kind of put a cap on this, I'm not saying we should boycott or walk away from these platforms entirely because there will always be helpful and good sides to this. What I'm saying is think twice before you think you know a person. Because I certainly know none of these top streamers or what kind of people they are off camera. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.